Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since we have checked out the US/TSX, the Canadian uranium miners. Where are they in time? We will be looking at the weekly time frames. But first, I think we will look into the past 2 days trading for URNM. We had what I've heard, some forced selling due to that the ETFs has to raise dividends in order to raise cash in order to pay out dividends. And let's dive into the business here. Just straight on, no intro. Let's do it. That's what we want to see. And yeah, looking at it here, guys, a huge breakdown from our major blue uptrend. And now we're all the way back up to here. This is a breakdown retest. However, it's very sharp, very quick. Let's see what happens tomorrow or the next week. But again, if we can get back into our blue uptrend channel here, false breakdown. So false breakdown usually leads to big moves in the other direction. Looking forward here, I think we need to get about roughly 40, 49, maybe a tad higher, but still want to watch here really. I love it. The volume is very high as well. Beautiful. Okay, there it is. The US/Canadian uranium miners. This is a broad ETF. As I mentioned a lot of times, we will reach the all-time high at some point in time. Again, very strong, well-defined golden uptrend here. Noting we have only touched it once, so this is just a pure speculation. But given how well-defined it is here, I would assume that if we get up to here, that we would also see some resistance. Short term, we have broken out of that trend line right there, and we are in this squeeze right there. So it is a bearish view without a doubt here. Again, shorter term, that's a bearish rising wedge. But again, let's see where it takes us. It could also be, I think it's called a type 3 rising wedge. I'm not that familiar with it, where you break to the upside and go like that. But typically, it would be healthy, in my honest opinion, to have like 2 months of sideways action here. So breakdown, and then we can recharge and do that again. I would actually prefer that here. Without a doubt here. BSK, Blue Sky Uranium, still grinding that blue channel. We are at the lows of the goal of that golden trend line there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we are just waiting to see if we can break out. We had a false start here, and hopefully we can turn the corner and really start to kick it in gear, and we will go up to there, in my opinion. So that's roughly a 4x in my view. Low risk, high reward entry when we break. And this is a small, it's only like a 16 million. So keep that in mind. It's a very small miner, and it's not very liquid. What is very, very, very liquid is the chemical. Has reached its all-time high on the CCO. So that's the Canadian one. And where are we now? Where are we now in time? You can see here we're just hovering above the all-time high, which is nice to see. Bit of a toppy pattern here, but again, everything that we lost during the day got bought back up here on the shorter time frames. So again, chemical, insanely strong move here. It has been the best performer for this uranium bull market, really. It's just gone up, week by week, more or less. Very, very strong. Canada, Alaska, a bit of a lag here, which is not ideal. We have this resistance rail right there. You can see all the interactions coming up. We didn't quite reach it there, but again, that is the big one to go through. So roughly when we're getting into the 0.6, then that's when things will get kicked into gear, and we will go towards that 105 up there. But again, it's definitely lagging. But yeah, hopefully it will join the rest of them. Denison Mines, also quite of a simple setup here. Our golden trend line hasn't moved. It's the exact same. We had that squeeze where we had a false start here, right there. We had a false start, and when you have a false breakout, you usually get to what? The other side of that formation, and then you break down. But in this case, we went up here, breakout, retest, resumption. We are now targeting the highs there at 2.7. We are very close. When and if we take that out, again, it is my clear view that this red resistance line there at roughly 4.5, give or take 4.4, is the next target for Denison. but this is a 15-year long breakout here. That's important. EU here, Encore Energy. Again, ever since we broke out, it has been a one-way street, breakout, bull flag, resumption. We're going way higher. You could add in some parallel channels here, but there is it is one of the stronger ones. That is definitely for sure. It is now a $1 billion market cap company. And the next target is, as always, the triangle high, on this case, the flag high there. So we are close, but again, long-term, there are way higher prices, in my honest opinion. FCU, Fission, looks incredibly good. The bull flag there, breakout, retest, a bit below, it's fine, and now resumption. We're now targeting here, and in my view, we will probably, within this green uptrend channel, at some point in time, kiss the upper trend line of that very well-defined parallel channel here. We are now at 1.1. And again, when and if we get up to here, depending on how fast we go, it's not too shabby. Find here, also one of the more lagging stocks out there. We had this downtrend here that we broke. And then we came all the way down to the bottom here, double bottom, and now we're back again. And we have formed this blue sideways action here. And that's when we break that one, that is, in my honest opinion, the entry. Some resistance here at 0.6. But then again, I think that's when the uptrend will start for Find. It is an explorer, roughly $50 million, so also a smaller one. But that's also one I have high hopes for. They have some great drilling results. So hopefully they will catch up here very, very shortly. FCU, very intriguing chart, very, very, very strong. You know, this is the golden trend line from 2007. You can just see how perfect the interactions is with that trend line. It's just amazing how well it is played. Again, break up here, and then we came down with that blue trend line. And ever since, it has been, confusion. Ever since we started the rally, right, we came up to there. The projections is way higher. It is roughly at 1.4, but we are now at the parallel channel here from that long-term 15-year long golden trend line here. And when and if we break, I mean, it is amazing to look at. We can remove this for even a better view and go to the monthly. That is, by any metric, a very, very, very strong chart. Breakout of a massive resistance. Sideways action here, both like boom. This is going way higher, in my honest opinion. I really like that one here. FCU, FUU, F3 Uranium Corp. Also one of the better ones. Also a stock that I have invested into for a bit more of a speculation play, but I think the risk is definitely there. You can see here, if I remove the previous mark there, we have the pits for that inverted head and shoulders. And now we have sideways bullish consolidation. When and if we break that trend line, it's again, the target for the inverted head and shoulders has been triggered. It is roughly at 3.3. However, we have some major resistance that we need to get through. But when we do, there is no resistance, more or less, until we get to there. And then that is the next target at roughly 1. And then the ultimate target for that inverted head and shoulders, which has been triggered, by the way, is all the way up here. So we're roughly at 0.45, and we are probably going to roughly 3.3 if this pattern here plays out. But again, you can see here, it hasn't done anything for roughly the entire 2023. But again, the more sideways you go in a bullish pattern, the bigger the move. And the weekly candle now is looking very intriguing, actually. You can see here, we just keep pounding on that. So we have it right there, very well defined. So getting above 0.7, 0.8, that's when it's looking very good. Global Atomic here, a fan favorite. As you know, the huge collab here with the Niger stuff. V-shaped recovery. Again, I want to show you that we have only made lower highs and lower lows. So we are definitely in a downtrend, but there are some constructive stuff. We are still back in the yellow parallels there. False breakout, retest. So again, we really want to get back above the blue neckline here. and above that yellow one. That's when we can say, all right, it's game on for global atomic. But definitely this is it looks intriguing, but it still has a lot of work to do before we can become really bullish. For some reason, my charting here for GXU or GoVX is no longer there. However, we have that breakout right there. I can just quickly slap them on. Quite simply, there they are. And yeah, we have the breakout, the retest, and now we have this double top scenario. And that's really what you want to get back above. So the 0.2 is really the level to get back above. But definitely breakout, retest, some sideways action. Hopefully we will go higher again. Again, this is also smashed down heavily with the Niger situation half a year ago, give or take. ISO long term looks like we are onto something major here as we speak. This was a long digestion of sideways price action here, coiling, and then boom, all the way up, breakout into a bull flag, and we are about to resume to the upside. You can see here it's very close. We can go to the daily. We are very close to something very exciting here. You can see we have the triangle there as well. So when we get a bit above $4, we have the confirmation. But today volume is 2x the average. ISO energy looks very constructive here. The next target is obviously 5, and then we have the triangle high, and then you have some measured moves based on these patterns here, but that's more in the future really. Kazatomprom also looking good, also looking very good. Very well-defined squeeze right here. One-way street, that's a pole. Now we have a flag. So depending on when we break out of that flag, we have a projected move way higher here for Kazatomprom. But again, breakout, as you know, a breakout, and then we have some bullish sideways action. Always a very good thing to see. Laramid, I want to remove these here because they are no longer really necessary. Let's just remove it like that and keep it like this. Same thing as FCU, long-term golden trend line right here. 2007, 21, 23. And where are we now? We are within this blue uptrend here. Note we only have 1, 2, 3, so I would like to have a fourth to confirm it. But still, I think it's valid for now. And then you can see here we are very close to breakout of that long-term golden trend line. Again, if we do, at some point in time, we will reach the upper blue trend line of the channel. Also, you have a big resistance level here at roughly 3. So that's one to look for. But definitely Laramid, when we get above 0.7, roughly, right here at that high, that's when things will become really nice for Laramid. LEU is also looking constructive. I want to show you here the past 4 years. We have 2 major golden trend lines. You can see the break there, big retest, some sideways stuff here. Blue, I wouldn't call that a neckline, but definitely a resistance line right there. And we broke out of the next golden trend line there. And we have bullish sideways to down price action, and we are breaking out as we speak. So LEU, my cat just walked on my keyboard, excuse me. LEU breaking out here, looking insanely good. Long-term monthly, look at it here. I want to show you. This is definitely, in my view, also some sort of cup and handle play. And yeah, you can do your own thing if that's, I mean, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but definitely cup and handle, and we are going way higher. Again, I think this has been diluted to pieces, so I wouldn't expect, that move to get hit. That's the highs of 2007. That might be a bit of a stretch. Okay, Lightbridge. Again, weird one. I wouldn't invest in Lightbridge at all. There are so many better plays, and the chart is just messy all over. I can't figure it out. So as long as we're below here, I'm not interested in it. And to be fair, I don't think I will ever invest in Lightbridge, given on the chart and given how weird it looks. There are much better plays out there, and one of them is Mega Uranium. Look at it here. Downtrend, sideways action, and now we are going for the move to the upside, in my view. We visited almost 3 times the lower side. again, all the way up to the top here, rejected, double top, bull flag, bull pennant, and we're now breaking out to the upside of the channel here. As you can see, we are breaking, there it is, above, right there. This one, usually what I like, how I would do the measured move here is to take the height of the channel, add it on top, right there. The midpoint is also at a very important level, and then you have the highs here. So that is the full expected move in my view, roughly 3.6. We are at roughly 0.4. This is also one stock that it's a speculative stock for sure. But again, the risk reward is definitely looking insanely nice, especially if you bought early in the breakouts. I added, as you know, late in late 2020, so I've been riding it up and then just sitting in it, and now we're going higher. So beautiful stuff. NXE, next gen, a big one. This is roughly $5 billion, and yeah, well-defined parallels there. The outer, and also we have a channel here, again, pounding against the upper here. No hard rejections, and if we break here to the upside, I think we will visit that upper golden trend line really at roughly 18. So that's a double from here. I think if we break now, again, if you're going to see, we still have to wait to get above roughly 10, maybe 9.5 to $10. That's when you will get the confirmation. Also, next gen has the biggest, I think, if I remember correctly, the biggest concentration assets, from for a uranium point of view. So I think it's called the Arrow. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but definitely want to watch here. SMR, huge collapse. We spoke about it collapsing, and now we're coming back up again. Definitely, again, I'm not buying into this one. I need some confirmation, some structure in order to get back in. But definitely, in my view, the capitulation is over, and how it will play out here, again, could be ways to go. If we make some sort of double bottom, that could be a way to go. But also, depending on how we do, there are many structures that will tell us when and if it might be safe to get back in, or to get in really. Sky Harbor, SYH. In my view, long downtrend, stage 4, stage 1 sideways action, and now we're very close to some stage 2 weekly uptrends. Again, just like Mega, you have this very well-defined line here, a bit of a peak above right there, fair enough, but still golden trend line here taken out, and now we are having the next one, the next big one here. And when and if we get above 0.8, that white zone, maybe a tad above, given these two, the wicks here, a lot of wicks there. So as you can see, very close to finally taking it out here, and then the next stop is roughly 0.7 for a big move again for Sky Harbor. Again, you can do the measured move by taking the bottom to there, and then you can add it on top. So definitely also a smaller one, only $100 million market cap. UEC, also a big one. This is $2.5 billion. I actually thought it was bigger than next gen. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, again, double top stuff here. You can see double top, double top. Again, we need to take out the triangle high. As always, that is always resistance when we get up to there. But in the long term, you have the target, at roughly 7 and then 9 and then beyond, in my view. This green uptrend is very well defined as all the others. Again, as long as we're inside, I think we'll have one touch up here, depending on how we get there. So at much higher prices. Obviously, we have resistances to get through first, but I think that is, in my honest opinion, if we get to the green trend line there, that's probably where I will be selling most of my shares. URG is loading, maybe not. Let's just redo the trading view. Where did we, URG? There it is. Okay, excuse me. Okay, also a bit of somewhat messy. However, we're still, trying to hold our green support zone here after we broke out retest. It looks like some fading momentum here, but definitely, again, this right here is not a continuation in my honest opinion, but we're still back above the green support resistance zone, so that is good. And also we have broken the big stuff here, obviously. And yeah, if we can make it above again 0.7 1.7, then we're going to visit these highs up there again. Not the prettiest chart, they're definitely better placed in my view, but still overall quite strong. UROY also lagging quite a bit here. However, we have done all the hard work. There it is, the breakout retest. So we are having again some sideways bullish action right here, in my opinion. And at some point in time, this will break to the upside. We can add in the upper trend line right there, and then we will see where we'll find the next one. But that is definitely the break to get above, and then I think it's off to the races as well. UUSA, a small one, Kraken here, 30 million, still within that channel. Again, not the prettiest chart. Usually when you see that break, you want it to start to make higher highs and higher lows. So again, there are way better plays, also way better micro caps than Kraken. Long term, one of the most sexier chart with this falling wedge right there. 1, 2, 3, and then we came all the way up, retest into that longer term sideways action. And yeah, for me, it's up from here. Breaking out here, actually in some sort of bear flag there, broken down. But again, I think we have met the target, and I have a lot higher prices for UUUU or energy fuels, that is for sure. I think I just posted that. I think it was the EFR, so the Canadian one, that you have a quite nice pole, and the projection is that high up there, roughly 80. That's also, if we get there, that's probably where I will, depending on how we get there, but that's where I will be selling a lot of my stocks if we get there. It's way up there. I don't know if we get there, but if we do, major resistance point, and I think I will be able to buy back in lower. Yellow cake. It's a bit lacking here, the trading view. Well-defined, again, nothing new. Well-defined green uptrend, beautiful. We're just making, as long as you're inside here, it's fine. Again, buy on the low side and sell on the upper if you want to trade it, quite simply. Okay, that's all I had for today's. Again, there are some stocks that looks very, very, very good, or at least they are very close to big, massive breakouts. Go back and check them out. I think I made myself clear, for example, that Forces looks really, really good. FUU, almost breaking out here. What else do we have? Laramide, was it Laramide? Yeah, Laramide is about trying to take out a long-term golden trend line. And if we do, we have tons of upside for Laramide resources. So, but the important thing, as I mentioned at the start of the video, is actually that retest there on the 1 hourly URNM. Want to get back into the blue uptrend. Let's see. It has just definitely been 2 wild days with high volatility, which I also posted on Twitter. We had this huge compression here on the 1 hourly, on the Bollinger Bands. We actually came up here, and I was like, yep, this is where we go. And then the next day, big reversal, and now we're back here again. So volatility was detected right there, and yeah, it was posted on Twitter. I just didn't expect it to do as it did, with actually a triple fake, or double fake, excuse me. So that is all I had for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. There are some really, really good plays soon. Again, low risk, high reward entries in some of the stocks. As always, stop losses need to be in place. You can have fake outs and all sort of stuff. So always do your own due diligence. But yeah, spot prices keep going up. I also think spot price went up $2 today. Mind-boggling. I love it. I really, really do. Now we just need the miners to catch up, and not only Kazatomprom, the Sprott Physical and Cameco. That's the only three that has been going up big time. We need the others. Hopefully they will join soon, depending on what happens here at the retest. I have said enough. Have a great one, guys. Cheers. See you in the next one. Bye.